Maggie's going home to shout at Sprogs, you won't straighten your voice. Nothing to worry about.
I've never got to
I ain't got one now. Right, so you ready? Ba 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 da 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 Well done. Okay, well done. Now what we'll do is we'll go for I Like the Mountains, just to keep that voice warmed up and ready to go. So we all know it, don't we? With actions, after 3, 1, 2, 3. I like the mountains, I like the rolling hills, I like the sunshine, I like the daffodils, I like the fireside, when the lights are low, singing a doo-wop, a doo-wop, a doo-wop, a doo-wop. We'll do it this time and we'll do it faster. Ready? Okay? I like the mountains, I like the rolling hills, I like the sunshine, I like the daffodils, I like the fireside, when the lights are low, singing a doo-wop, a doo-wop, a doo-wop, a doo-wop. Well done, right, I think we should all be warmed up with our voices. Now what we're going to do is... Okay then!
Teddy, do that. What you just did.
Righty, ready after 3, 1, big deep breath, 2, 3. Ba 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 da Well done. Well done, okay? Good stuff. Right, now I think we'll move on to doing some tableau work, and I'm going to split you into 2 groups, the groups you normally work in, and Terry, if your group does the tableau of religion, so that's you, Pat, Liz and Sharon, so if you go and work over there, that'd be great, and Frank, Christy and Faye, if you could work over here, and if you work on comedy as a tableau.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you, Stuart, yeah.
You just stand up there.
Just stand up there and make sure that you're sort of straight on.
You want these straight, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right, just 2.
You alright there? Put your feet together. So you're making
In the middle.
like Sergeant Major.
Right,
That's
okay.
straight on what we'll do.
Just kneel them down, and you're looking at me because I'm...
And you're looking up, but we'll need to sort of kneel at an angle.
That's it.
So at an angle, but you're looking up. That's right. And I'm like that, but...
I think you're standing a bit too close.
Me?
No, Sharon, sorry. Me? Move just slightly. I don't think you'd get like quite so close to him. Yeah, it's a bit more.
like that.
Do you want to go?
Pat, just try your hands off, a little bit off the head, like that. No, put them back. 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 Put them back Yeah, that's... Sharon, turn your hands a bit more upwards. That's it.
Right, okay. Sorry, can you put your arms, that's it, lovely, that's it,
Alright.
okay. Right, like that, arms out.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right, so what we need is everybody to be full of energy and ready to pick up the pace of it. When I shout stop, so I'll stop you, I'll be looking for you doing something interesting. So if you take a movement, then I'll shout stop, both of you have to freeze, and then one person will come out, the other person needs to walk in and adopt the same movement. And then you need to start a new dialogue, okay? But I'll only give one indication for the first improvisation of where it's set. So from there on in, you're all by
It's the
yourself.
same setting, we just make up a setting, so...
You make it up, and it'll be up to the new person coming in to start it,
Right.
okay? Right, Terry. So if you'd like to go, this is going to be your playing area, and I don't want you to move any from here to here. Okay, that's your playing area. And you can use the seats, but don't stand on them, please.
Right.
Right? So, you just relax, remain neutral.
What are we doing?
Right, you're going to go in and join Terry, and I'm going to give you the setting for your improvisation.
Right, so just go and join Terry. Right.
Okay? And for your first improvisation, I would like you to imagine that you are at a fish and chip van you've just met. There's some crisis. At a fish and chip van.
A crisis.
Yep, some crisis happens, so you need to think about how to dramatise being at a fish and chip van.
A van. Well, you've got that level, haven't you? So we're told the fish and chip man.
And after 3, I think we're trying to resolve the fire.
Yeah, put your arm on chip on.
I can put you there.
Words, but it's okay, that's just about freeing up, trying to find characters almost instantly. Right, and then together you will create whatever crisis happens, so it's not predetermined.
Right, okay, right.
It'll be fluid.
Right. Got you.
And you both,
I can now.
don't try and pre-plan it, because the other person might have a...
Okay. What are we doing?
Right,
Chip on. The crisis.
if you'd like to join Terry,
Alright.
you're going to do an improvisation that's based at a fish and chip van. So on the count of 3, remember you need to bring some form of crisis into your improvisation, and I'll shout stop at a point in it. So after 3, adopt your characters. 1, 2, 3.
Hi,
Chip van.
Some chip van this is no vinegar and no salt.
no vinegar, no salt.
No, how can you have a bag of chips with no vinegar and no salt?
No got any in the house.
What would I want to go to house for? I'm at a chip van, house is a mile away.
Oh well then. I just want my chips, pal, Ken.
Yeah, but no salt and vinegar, come on. I mean, it's supposed to be a chip van.
I know.
I mean, look at him. You know what I mean? How much money does he make off us?
I don't
And
know.
he can't even afford salt and vinegar.
I don't even afford to have my chips.
And what's that sauce stuff about?
I don't know if I can afford my chips.
Here, do you want a quid? Yeah, there you go. Get yourself some chips, love.
Oh, what is it you wanted? Vinegar?
Aye.
I've got some vinegar in the house.
Oh, that's alright.
Back in the position you were in. Right, okay, so Sharon, right, Faye, you're going to go in. So you come here. Look at the exact position she's in, right? Now what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to change that improvisation. It's no longer a chip van, but you need to do the exact, so look at the way Sharon's standing, right, and the way she's looking, and then you're going to start the action and change the whole improvisation to whatever comes into your head, and you're going to do it now. Okay, well done. Out comes Sharon, well done, that's very good. And on a count of 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
What do you mean you've not got any money for me? Every weekend you do this. You've got that bloody pub and you didn't come here with nothing. Where's money for the food?
Well, why would I want to sit at home with you?
Why?
Tell me.
You've got 2 points.
Every time I come through the door, I get
Do I go to the pub? Do you see me? Say, right, come on kids, we're going to pub because Daddy's going to give us any money for dinner tonight. How am I buying food
with the bills, what would be?
Why would we ever get married? Come on, tell me.
You asked me, I never asked you.
No, I didn't. I was drunk, I must have been.
You must have been, aye.
Yeah.
What do you want the first then? I've
Freeze.
got a problem.
Stay still, that's excellent, well done. And Christy, I want you to go in and adopt the position that Faye's in. Now have a close look at her and look at the, right, look at the expression, and you're going to change the improvisation again.
Right.
Okay, well done, in you go. Well done, Faye, that was excellent. You go in there, Terry, you're doing well. And on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
I was brand new, excellent. So where you been yourself today?
Oh, I went down to the brew. To get me money, you know. I'm sick of being up there, man. You know what I mean?
It does your nut in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, you know. Well, how long is this bus going to be? I've been studying half an hour waiting for the bus.
Half an hour?
That's where you're from.
I'm
Where you
through for
from?
Glasgow. I'm through for Glasgow.
Freeze. That's what I wanted, well done, okay, don't freeze. Well done, stop there, Christy, out you come, well done, that was very good. And Liz, I'd like to put you into there, well done, thank you. And then on a count of 3, Liz, it'll be up to you to change the improvisation. 1, 2, 3.
How long are we going to be standing in this queue?
Get off. Not in public.
We're in the queue for the cinema.
Yeah, we're not in
You're
the...
just going to sit on the opposite side from me or
Yeah,
what?
the mates will see me. I've got to go to school tomorrow.
Well, don't be thinking that I'll be calling for you in the morning.
Why?
Because you're not my boyfriend anymore, that's why.
There's plenty more fishing, see?
Yeah.
My lass was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've already been through all of them already, haven't you? You ran out, haven't you?
Freeze. Okay, you go in to where Liz was. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you your characters, okay? You are doting father, this is your small child, and he's got a ripped knee. And you're at the burn, because he's just fallen into the burn onto a really sharp stone. So what I want you to do is get a child who hates the hospital away from the burn, leaving his bucket, and I want you to go to hospital as quickly as you can, and it's up to you whichever way you're going to get him there. So if you want to flag down the attention of someone else to help you, you may not want to be listening to what Dad's saying. It's up to you. You can either resist his idea or you can go with him, but you don't like hospital and you're very worried about that knee. Okay, very concerned about it.
Right.
Right? So do you want to get into a starting position for that?
Got to be sat down last night.
And think about volume of noise as well. It might be quite a lot going on in this.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you likely to move around? I think that might be one of them.
Yeah.
Doing very, very well. Right, big deep breaths, think about your character. And after 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thomas, you silly boy, what you been doing? What have I told you? You're not to play near the burn. There's needles and glass and everything there, son.
I was only playing, Dad.
Yeah, but, I mean, look at what you've done.
I forgot, I like jumping out of the bus.
You know what your mum's going to say when you go back home?
It's not too
I only get you for 3 days.
It's no sir.
Not so, it's...
I hear heals up quick, Daddy.
Yeah, but it's a big gash, that, son.
But you know it always heals up.
That makes a difference. You could have germs and things in that, son.
Oh, it's alright, it's...
We're going to have to take you to hospital with that.
Oh no, didn't send me to the hospital, Daddy.
Why
They give you
not?
jags and...
They won't give you the jag, son. Come
No,
on.
I told you it heals up. Just take
We'll
me in.
just take you to doctors then.
You and Mummy could put a bandage on it. Mummy and you could do it. We don't need the
We'll
hospital.
get doctor to come to our house. Come on.
No, I didn't get a doctor either. I don't trust the doctor.
Well, I'll take you home first then. You can come and get in my car. And we'll get in
Yeah.
Dad's car. Okay, we'll come and get in Daddy's car.
We'll go here.
Alright, get in Daddy's car.
As long as we don't go to the hospital, Daddy.
Right, sit in Daddy's car. That's it. Get your belt on. Let's put your belt on. Let's put your belt on. That's a good lad. Right, have some sweeties first.
I'm not hungry, Daddy.
You want some sweeties? Are you sure?
Can we get fish and chips later? I'm not hungry for
Okay, then we'll get
chips.
fish and chips later. I'll get in my car. Right. You alright? You feel better? What you feel? Do you feel better?
Aye, I like looking at fish.
Eh? Or it'd be better if I would then go to hospital, Daddy.
Oh, we're not going to hospital, son, I promise.
Him.
We're not going to hospital. We'll just come up here. Yeah? You feeling better?
Aye.
And freeze. Very well not to touch anyone, but to fill the space.
Yeah, jump in and go
Right.
backwards.
I've done that one.
Okay, so what this exercise is about, it's about you being really aware of the people that are around you on stage, right? But without looking at them. So you actually have to think about where your body is in the space, and you have to consider where everybody else is. So I want you actually to look at the ground, but I want you to dash as quickly as possible into the space. Claim the space as your own. When there's a gap comes up, I want you to go for it and make that space your own, and keep moving. And then as the exercise progresses, I'll give you further instructions to that. But if you'd all like to get up now, then that's going to be what we do. So on a count of 3, now don't just walk in a circle, okay? I want you actually just to move round and consider where the spaces are in the room. So look at the floor, where is that space and who's going to get it first. So on a count of 3, I'd like you to go. 1, 2, 3. Good, without looking, no touching, don't touch anyone. All those big spaces we missed. Well done, good. No touching. Now as you come into contact with someone, I want you to rub their elbow with yours. Don't look at them now, just rub the elbows. Keep going for the space. Now as you meet someone, I want you to nod your head twice at them. Keep going for the space. Take control of it. Now as you meet someone, I want you to do a silent high five. Going for the space though. Huge big gaps, they belong to you, go and seek them out. Now as you meet someone, I want you to bang both your knees together. Well, still quickly. You're still looking for the spaces.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Right, if you'd like to stop there, I'd now like Christy and Sharon to work together, Pat and Liz to work together. Pat and Liz, Liz and Pat, well done. Okay, and you 3 are going to work as a 3. And we're going to do the exercise hand 2. Do you know what that exercise is?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to shout out instructions. If you could come over here a wee bit and stop there. Right, I'm going to shout hand 2 ear. So when I do that, with your 3 or your partner, you need to put your hand to their ear and they need to do this. Very well done, the 3. Foot to foot. Right knee to left ankle. Both of you. Now your right knee. And Sharon, your right knee needs to touch Christy's left ankle.
Oh, where's Arthur right knee? My right knee, left ankle, right
Well done. Okay, and back to back. Forehead to forehead. Bottom to bottom. Nose to nose. Shoulder to left toe. Both.
Where's your left? No, you told me.
Well done everybody, and back to back. Right knee to nose.
Sit down again.
Eye to eye. Eye to eye. Ear to ear. Ear to left knee.
Right finger to that. That's my left.
Shin to back. Both of you. Right, pat to your shins, not touching anyone's back.
Shin to back.
Use that.
Trying to think.
Right, and please then take your leg down if it's sore.
That's a quite good that position.
It's possible. Are you able to show us how it's done?
You're struggling. Right.
It's good. I'd just like to say thank you for a great session. Really enjoyed it. Well done. Super. I know, we can get a drink of water and relax.
I'd like to say thanks for your coming.
Help join in your celebrations.
That's it, yeah.
You know, it's just like, basically just looking for anybody. I mean, it's...
Just like summarise what you put in your statement about
Right.
where you were, where you are now, and how you got to be where you are now, and maybe a little bit about what your hopes are for the future.
Right.
So just in your own time, whenever you're ready, just have a go at it.
Well, 18 months ago, I suffered a mental breakdown, or what people call a nervous breakdown, for various reasons. And I decided, I woke up and I just decided that my life was going nowhere and I needed to make a change with my life. And I saw an advertisement in the local Sentinel for wannabe actors to come down to Wales and join in moving parts. So I decided, right, I'm going to get up and I want to be an actor. I'm going to stop doing what I was doing and working where I was working, because I was just like working in a fish plant. And I thought, well, I've got more brains than this, I can do better than this. And I'll be an actor, it's what I've always wanted to do. So I went and I joined Wales, and I ended up actually being in the production for last year's festival. And Sean and Bonnie.
Yeah. So again, we'll just start by telling me where you were.
18 months ago, I was really depressed, and I felt as... Oh, sorry. Sorry.
That's fine.
Just nervous. 18 months ago, I felt as though I was going nowhere. I was depressed. So, and I saw an advertisement. I decided to come to Wales to join an acting group. And the acting group has given me so much confidence, it's unbelievable. I've changed my life around totally now. I decided, I went to college through the encouragement I was given at Wales. I appeared in the festival with Wales. I've now I've done 2 productions at college. I did the Christmas production, which we all wrote and made ourselves. And I've just done The Crucible, which has been a collaboration between 3 classes. And I played quite a major role in that, and I found that I'm quite good at actually remembering my lines, which is, it's like my everything's changed for me. It's just like, it's like being reborn, you know what I mean? It's a totally different thing. I'm mixing with people like less than half my age, and I found that I've got a lot to offer. And at Wales, and thanks to Wales, you know, I can't say enough how much Wales has done this for me. It's really good. And like in the future, I'm hoping to apply to go to the Royal Shakespeare Company if I can, and try and get in there.
What is it that you want to say to people now that was different from what you were able to
Well,
say?
I actually want to say to people, 18 months...
Sorry, I was speaking.
Sorry.
No, that's my fault. Tell me what you want to say to people, and then when I finish speaking, just take a breath, and then tell me what you want to say.
18 months ago, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to go nowhere, but now I want to say to people, we have these facilities like Wales in the community, and we need to actually publicise these places like Wales, because they have so much to offer. They have courses that you can go on to learn to read, to write, or courses to actually introduce you to go back to college. or basically just courses to get you out of the house, rather than sitting in the house and letting things go by. Because no matter who you are, or what you are, or what disability you are, these places will find some course that is suitable for you and fit you in, and they will make you feel as though you are a viable member of society. You know, don't let people put you down. Whoever you are important as an individual, and as an individual regards the community itself. And I think that's what a lot of places have lost, that sense of community. Because like the kids, a lot of the kids are running about the streets, and there's naught for them to do and stuff. And Wales, it's an ideal place for these kids to come, and acting is a good way of releasing tension and stuff. And you might find that a lot of these kids, they might not want to go on the streets, they might actually get into acting. And you might have a budding Robert De Niro or something like that out there somewhere, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm 38 years old now, and I'm having the best time of my life. I'm really enjoying it. And I mean, it's like when you get up on stage, and it's like, whoa, all those people. You while you're acting, you're so focused, you don't notice those people, and then you come up at the end of it. It's like you take that bow, and there's not. It's like what the only thing I can describe it is it's nearly as good as watching my children born. It's so unbelievable when then people clap and you've actually done a good job, and then people tell you, oh, you were brilliant, and you can do this and that. And from my dad especially, because my dad saw me act this week, and it's like I got my dad's approval, and he said, as a lad, I never thought you'd actually grow up to do that or do anything like that, and it's like, well, tears come in my eyes, like, and I've had to turn away from him because, and it's the first time me and my dad's hugged for like since I was 14, and he gave me a hug and said, well done, son. It's like, just for that, what I mean? He's like,
So
yeah.
what if you were talking about learning? How can learning change people's lives? What is it apart from the learning?
Well,
you're learning whatever you're learning, but what else does it give?
There's only one thing I can say, and I can't remember who said it. I can't remember. There's a Greek scholar said, knowledge is power and power is knowledge. So in order to gain knowledge, in order to have power, you've got to gain knowledge, and that power's got to be inside yourself. And by going back to college or going back on a course, you're going to gain the knowledge to actually empower yourself, to actually push yourself forward, which is what I've done.
So how would you say that in your own words? What does that mean to you?
To me, I've actually learnt to discover myself again. I've learnt that I'm not the person I thought I was, or I was told I was. All your life, people tell you what to do, not what you want to do. You think you know what you want to do, but you don't. And you get to it. I can't remember. I think you call it an epiphany or whatever. You just get to a point where you actually realise. And I'm lucky I've actually got to that point. You don't always get the chance. You might be stuck in a dead-end job for the rest of your life. When I'm not, I actually found that point, and that's through myself. People can advise me as much as they want, but when it boils down to it, it's up to me to do what I want to do. I can't be forced to do it or told to do it. I have to make that decision myself, and I made that decision to go back to college and learn. And by going back to college, I've got that power back, that confidence to actually do what I want to do. And for me, the way I was 18 months ago, to actually have that confidence to do what I did yesterday, you'd have to see it. It's that feeling you get when you complete anything, not just an actor. You could be a greenkeeper or a tree cutter, but you cut a tree or a garden, you cut a flower, right? And you've been taught to do it in a certain way, and you do that job the best that you could have ever done it, and you stand back and look at it and say, yeah, that's the best I've ever done. Then you've done what you wanted to do. You've got the confidence and the power to actually do that.
Yeah, that was wait till the door stops speaking. So Terry, if you could just summarise that thing about that you were saying there, that no matter what you do, if you do the best that you can, and if that, what is learning to you?
For me, learning is being able to do the best thing that I could do, to learn to do the best that I could do, and bring that confidence back that I had, like when I was in the army and things like that. I had confidence, and I was a different person, and people change.
Yeah. It was more, you know, like when you were summarising.
Sorry, I'll just...
Just to summarise that.
Yeah. Right.
If you
Whatever you do, like being a gardener.
Hold on a second. Can you just check so your audio levels are coming up? I think.
How you doing, Terry?
All right. All right.
So again, that just to summarise that, what learning is for you?
For me, learning is doing the best that you can do, whether you're a greenkeeper or you cut trees, it's like, or being a gardener, for instance. If you are taught to cut the grass or cut a flower in a certain way, and you will cut that flower or cut that grass and then stand back and look, right, yeah, that's the best job that I could do. That's what learning does for you. It gives you the confidence to actually do that and stand back and stand up on your own 2 feet and say, yeah, nobody's done this for me, yeah, I've been taught, but I've done that myself, and that's what it's done.
And how can learning, this is the final question really, how can learning change what you think is possible for yourself in the future? How has it changed what you think or what you're aiming for now?
Because I've learnt new skills. It's brought skills out in me that I never knew I had. And personally, actually being an actor now and learning to be an actor, it's brought the skills that I can talk to people better. I can look at people in the face and tell people what I want, and I can actually stand up in front of an audience and say, yeah, this is me. Look what I'm doing. You know, I'm doing the best that I can do. You can do this as well. If I can do it, you can do it. Don't matter where you're from, what background you come from, how much money you've got. When you're up on that stage, you're part of a team. But when you're acting, when you're that particular person, you're on your own. So it's up to you to show people you can do that, and you've learnt to do that. And that's the same in any job. You've got to do it. And if you don't do it, then you're just going to say if for the rest of your life. And that's not. That's at the moment that's given me Wales and college, Telford College, have given me the confidence to say, yeah, that's not the way to go. I need to learn. That's man's basic need, to learn.
And what have they given you the confidence to say then? What can you say now?
Look at me.
Okay, so
Look at me.
Can you say that in a sentence?
I'm Terence Parkinson. I've got something to offer. Look at me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you what I can do.
So could you maybe say that, put the learning bit in front of it and just say, what has learning done for you?
Right.
What's it allowed you to be able to say?
Well, learning's done for me. I can actually say not just to myself but to people as well. I mean, look at me. I've got something to offer. I'm a part of society and I'm a part of this community. And if I can do this, you can do this. You can go back to college, and it's to have that confidence to stand up and say, look at me. I can do this, and I'm doing it. If I can do it, you can do it. So why not do it?
That's brilliant. So maybe you could just summarise when you were referring to what I did last
Right.
night. You just tell me what you did last night.
Well, last night I've done 4 shows in 2 days, and I got chosen to appear in the Crucible at Telford College, which is a really big thing for us to actually get chosen, because I'm in the actual lowest class, and I got chosen to be in an higher class because they thought I were good enough to actually do that, and 2 of my other classmates did as well, and the experience is unbelievable. To do a play like the Crucible, it's so intense. You know, it's really, it's an eye-opener, put it that way.
Really?
Cheers.
You can see it all back in the way.